Hey, welcome. A little late and a little while took me to get actually, started. Sorry. Ah, double hydrate. I see it. I see it. Technically, it's a purple, but sure, crimson. I mean, that's what it looks like on the. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh my god, I forgot to refill my water. Technically, I'm supposed to take my meds at night. Uh, ooh, I'll take them. Give me a second. I need to refill my water. Ah. Yeah, Penny. And now I'm back. All right? All right. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna comment on the object permanence, but I was like, nah, I'm not that mean. Thanks for saying it for me, Mark. No. Um, we're playing the next Ace Attorney game. Yay! Yay! So, as y'all know, I kind of committed myself to playing all of the Ace. Well, some of y'all might know, and others might be learning now. Yeah, I committed myself to playing the entire Ace Attorney series, and then 3 games and 6, 7, 8 months in. It was October. I think it was February. So yeah, like 8 months. So 3 games and 8 months in, I was like, I'm not doing this all in a row. So it's been a few months off, and we're back. Let's start Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. So, this will go great. Ugh, don't joke, Penny. And thank you, Mark. If I have any speeder bike crashes, I know you got me. If I crash a speeder bike and as Miles Edgeworth, though, I don't know if I could live with myself after that. I think that's the low point, I think that's it. That's the definitive, like, how do I go from here? I've Oh, gonks. Absolutely. If there's a gonk though in this, we're rolling. Like gonk droid, best droid, yeah. Um Alright, so Haste Attorney Investigations. I have no clue what to expect except that we're Miles Edgeworth and we're playing on the other side of the courtroom. Language set to English. Yep. Alright. Gonk droid patch would be amazing. Alright. Click the button below to view our... Why does it need a privacy policy? This is a single-player offline game. What? What do you mean one of my stream tags is... I have... Okay, give me... Fuck! Has it been like that? How long has it been like that? First... Oh, 'cause, yeah. I hate tags sometimes. Because apparently, yes, that is a tag that someone has made in the past, so... Yeah. I must have accidentally clicked it and never noticed. Okay. Let's it off. No, no, no. Fair. Oh, it's for, yeah, for my attorney clients. Yes, that is fair. How's the audio balance? Because this game does seem a little louder than some of the stuff I play. I don't know. All right. Oh, look, there's a gallery. Should I be doing this before actually playing the game? Probably not. Because, yeah, contains spoilers. So, nope. But yeah, hey, Alchemanswer. Sorry about the work, but cool. Yep, watch on the clock. Literally listen, you know. But yeah, alright. Episode select. How many episodes? Yeah. But yeah, no, we're doing the first one, and then we'll do the second one after. Okay. HD or pixel art? I need the context. I need the full context. Yeah, pixel, but like, I kind of need the full context, because like, is it just the characters that are gonna be? I can change it anytime. Yeah, HD is a little too cunty. I have to admit, I think a little too cunty, and the proportions look fine for pixel, but when you change it to HD, I feel like they just decided to like HDify the pixel proportions, and I gotta say, the proportions look a little bit off in HD. Like, definitely anime proportions, you know? Not like hardcore anime proportions, but like anime, you know? Yeah. Yeah, we're Edgeworth maxing. But yeah, no, let's do pixel art. Actually, we'll change it HD for a moment and see what that all looks like, because I kind of want to see it in context. Like, I want to see the full thing. Yeah, Uncanny Valley Ace Attorney. And Edging Edgefield. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough. But a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Okay, so, I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. So, always have been, always will be. So, okay, so we're not actually... So we're trying to, like... March 14th, 2:05 a.m., prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. Okay, so are we, like... Because we're a prosecutor, but that's also a prosecutor, not us. I mean, it didn't look like us from the silhouette, but also, yeah, I didn't think it would be Edgeworth. Edgeworth is past that now. But, like... So are we, like, internal investigating some other prosecutor? Larry Butts never dies, though. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. Okay, so that did look like Edgeworth's office. I just kind of presumed that there are other prosecutors with the exact same, like, sense of decoration. But no, someone just got murdered in Edgeworth's office. That's how it's related to us, eh? I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. Walk in? The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Edgeworth knows the smell of blood. Confirmed. Get a detective on office sitting because it's Gumshoe. Gumshoe is only a detective because it's been deemed too much trouble to fire him. You know, a cab. Technicality. What's the meaning of this? Freeze! Well, that's not Gumshoe. We know that much. Identify yourself. Shut up. Got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. Not even me. Technically, Edgeworth has never committed murder. But, you know. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. Thrusted. March 14th, 2:56 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Ooh, got a court record now. Oh, the prosecutor badge. It's much fancier than a defendant badge. Well, we know who's getting paid. The victim in this case, why was he killed in my office? Yeah, we don't even know who he is yet, huh? I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. I know, Morg, that's what... Yes. For those who were only tipped off by me just going thrusted, thrust is the proper way, not thrusted, as Morg has stated. I just thrusted. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime. Honestly? Real quickly, I want to see what Gumshoe looks like in HD. Where is it? Where is it? Huh. Maybe it's under... No. Did I miss it? Text vibration. It said I could change this anytime. Ah. Game's lying to me. Must be able to change it in the main menu, not the pause menu. Ah. Distinctions. Title screen? Damn. I don't read good. Uh, and yes, Penny, I will yassify him if I want to. Yeah, no, I know it's fancier because they're arm of the state. I'm just that's they're getting paid. I'm not saying that they're getting paid like, oh, this is more. No, we know where that money's coming from. We know the multitude of budget that they have access to. Keep it on, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... what they did to your office is totally trashed. Wait a second. I have an idea. I'm sorry, everyone. Where is it under again? I think under here. Yep. And let's go with 500? Yeah, 500. There you go. I've added stream redeemable points. You can now force me to you now have control over the HD or not. Okay, what was that last line? Look at what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Yeah. That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. No. If you notice, there's a different point total for changing it back. The power is within your hands, but it's also a war. 500 points to turn HD on, 500 points to turn it off. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep my leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? A crime scene, my office. Is it really coincidence the murder took place in my office? Get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Okay, where's that it didn't pop into evidence. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, I can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? Not really, especially because of this. The key to your office. For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it. I think most doors have locks built into them, yeah. Do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information you've gathered with L1, and then I connect them together with triangle. Oh, it's a different menu, okay. Yeah, it's word lock. Worded locks. I know, it's, I know it's not, but like, you know. Alright. I only have the two things, so I mean, I wonder what two things I'm supposed to combine. Huh. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. You're right, that was a car key, wasn't it? Dots, I've connected them. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. Were you, Gumshoe? Must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? Killer's goal. What did this happen? Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing these together, the logic should flow. The logic must flow. Yeah. Gumshoe it has. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Begin investigation. Cool. Alright. The basis of any good investigation is examine everything, sir. I know that. When I want to examine something, I simply use X when I'm next to it. And if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use triangle, okay? Sure. Give you great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. You're not, but okay. Something I should try later if I have free time, I suppose. Free roam! They can't stop me now! Also, how many things can I investigate? Ah, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. Yeah, sticking my fingers into the bolt wound. Yep. The killer is going to pay this tea set. Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. Well, that's not that much. What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Honestly, yeah, his only walk cycle is a hurry. Wait, no, I do have a slower. There's really no in between though, and it's like a very, very fine line to get that small walk. Yeah, honestly, average nepotism response for that. But also, I kind of want part of me does want to change it back to HD, so I can see how the HD has Edgeworth's tits jiggle. Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh, fair. Alright. Oh. That top one is just what the saving info, not slot 1. Oh, okay, cool. So it asks to save before, and I was like, whoa, cool. Where? Ah, art cell, there it is. Playing a game with HD chibi character. No, I don't like that there's an achievement for playing with the HD. Honestly, tits jiggled more with the pixels. Pixel art was just better. Pixel art was better. Put those pixels. Oh, fair. Yeah, let's. Yeah, I'm good without saving that. See? He looks so much better in pixel. Honestly, everyone just looks so much better in this pixel art. Actually, Gumshoe is kind of the same. I'll be honest. Gumshoe is kind of the same. Like, yeah. Oh, it's your trophy. The Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. It's not a trophy. It's a shield. I only said this to the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Oh. Well, it's a good thing my Steel Samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but... Hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of New Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production value and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess Warrior of Little Old Tokyo and the Nickel Samurai, along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show gives its presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Honestly... You're right, the plant does have the same neckerchief. But, you know what I forgot to look at? I didn't look at the HD sprite for the dead body when we were on HD mode. I'll review the VOD later and see what HD dead person looked like. Average, oh, I'm not a fan. I just have it because it's valuable, but then, like, rattles off a bunch of things. No, Edgeworth is paid more than enough. Sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that average expert being expert overestimating the average person's knowledge. Hey Angel, Edgeworth does not need more money because Edgeworth is paid by the state. ACAB. Defund the police includes Edgeworth's salary. It's like 3D sprite dead body fair. Nothing super interesting. Alright, fair. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. Oh, cool, there's a check mark if I've already looked at it. Nice. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? Ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you. Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. Has Wendy been sending Edgeworth flowers every month for a couple years now, I would presume. Oh, Miss Irony. How painful are thy thorns. Wendy, isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stalks? That's enough, detective. You need to remind me further. Yeah, no, I think at this point, Edgeworth should look into a restraining order. I mean, he's got... I know he knows what those are. He is a lawyer. Well, Angel, if you hand me, you know, like, the money, I'll make sure Edgeworth gets it. Absolutely. You know? Hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too, just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. It's like taxes, but just more corrupt, but to a better cause. I don't, that is so many, like, taxes, more corrupt, but better. The logic doesn't track. But alright, sure. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Nope. How is it coming on? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art. Well, I never. Okay. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? Just look around a bit more. Yeah, I know. I've been purposefully... Oh, yeah, I forgot. I mean... Morg? I don't know about the legality per se, but, like, technically no. Technically no, because technically I am providing a service, i.e. entertainment. Donation is nothing in return. Nothing expected in return. Though, I mean, you can donate to places and then they'll, like, give you preferential treatment or, like, such. So, it's a fine line on that. Let's be fair. Pay more? Nah, I don't want to pay Edgeworth more. Called, sir? Assume you understand how to conduct... Yeah. Deduct, yeah. Fair. If you're not in the US, then I think that means... I mean, don't other countries have much better tax, like, setups than us? So, like, if you're not in the US, your taxes will be fine. Me, though, oh god. I still haven't gotten my tax form from my day job. Well, since I sat at the sticks. Oh, how I've missed you. Huh? It's so tight that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, Detective. My job is to protect your office, sir. And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. Penny, first of all, I think at this point you're fine. But second of all, don't type that here. You know they're watching. The government's watching. All the time. Yeah. Have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. They even knocked over your chess set. Had it all set up ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can get some time aside. Set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. Yeah. Next to Twitch sponsor, Palantir. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Angel, most other countries have pretty straightforward taxes, you know? I mean, I don't know what country you're specifically in, but yeah. Actually, are you in England? I don't expect games to tax me. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? So it'd mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Yeah. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model. Is it Gumshoe's gun? I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's... Finally, they finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. Stick your fingers in them. Can't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Blood, wallet, books, bookshelf. Oh, hey, look. Gumshoe is probably what that's supposed to try being said. Yep. What do we have here? Seen one of these before? It's a police badge, Detective. Oh, hey. I have the exact same thing, actually. What a quinkadink. Yeah, Gumshoe's definitely... White Faith, rank detective. Well, they're a detective. Okay. Fair. It appeared that our victim was a detective just like you. Wait. Mr. Buddyface, yep. Seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. I mean, I could, but I gotta finish first. Files are all over the floor, sir. Probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. Big department. Gumshoe's never around also. And when he is around, he's when there's the meetings, you know, well, technically speaking, I there. So yeah, big department, Um, this detective might not be in the same, like, division or whatever as Gumshoe, but even if he is, during the big meetings, Gumshoe is sat at the kiddie table, so you know. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I come in and clean this place until it sparkles. Does he have a life? No. I don't believe it. I packed those files on these shelves so tight. Not even an earthquake could make them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. Yeah, that. Oh, Angel, if only we could do taxes that simply. Problem to be sure. Well, once the investigation's over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the bodies sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Yeah. Yes, Gumshoe is sent to grab coffee all the time, you know? But when cleaning through, the body was found around 2:05 a.m. Wait a second, why was Edgeworth returning to his office at 2:05 a.m.? Yeah. Really only Americans have to pay. I mean, we don't have to pay, but, like, we have to pay. Actually, didn't they phase out for this last tax year, or for this upcoming tax year, haven't they phased out a lot of the free options for taxes? Because, you know, our government's, no, I mean, you're not wrong. Edgeworth does seem like the type that would, after a month of being abroad, return home late at night and go straight to his office at like 2 a.m. I think the question here is, why was the office open at 2 a.m.? Yes, Angel. The U.S. government does hate us. Yeah. Edgeworth demanded the office to be open at 2 a.m., so that's why it is. Of course, this is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. Keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press R1 to open my organizer. Yep. Profiles, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not allowed to look at that written there. Okay, fine. Yeah, if only. Okay, yeah. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What do we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, the guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Alright, cool. Run out. Oh, we've got the 3D investigation sequences again. 3D item investigations. Alright, let's just look straight right here, you know? Okay, so we can see how many rounds are left in the gun, and there's that little I said there's the little horse. Why is the horse not something I can investigate? Oh wait, is the horse just a part of the... Not to nitpick, yeah, what? Wait, yeah, it is a 5-shot. What the fuck? What? Why? But what? Looks like only one round is fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Huh. No proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. This is about all we're going to find. No! I wanted to examine the gun more. Jim! Why, oh why? How could this ever happen to a guy like you? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Did I shoot 5 shots or 6? I only got one question for you. Are you fucking stupid? Look at this thing. The detective's name isn't Buddy for no reason. That's who it is, right? Buddy's boyfriend. Buddy. Yeah. Are you alright? Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Just let me be. Oh yeah, his pal. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body. The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. That's, you know... Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. Jim also? Like, Buddy Jim? Like is his full name Buddy James Faith or something? That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Is that like... Is it like Buddy James Faith? Sounds like it's like close to like a country singer's name or something, you know? Huh. There's no rule saying gold retrievers can't be police detectives. Yeah. I wish we could gamble for a better government. Sure, just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes I am. I'm... Jacques Portsman. Oh, I get the Hey, hydrate. I get it now. It's Jacques Portsman. He's Jock. The first name. Is there like a saying that involves because you know sportsman, bad jock sportsman, jock, like okay. I fucking hate these games sometimes. Jock sportsman. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. Yeah, no, like he's never left high school. Like, yeah. Well, it's always a delight seeing you, Nettles. I'm glad you're enjoying me just staring at that name. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. I have to start giving this like I have to give this man like a weird like sports bro French accent somehow. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. Edgeworth won the King of Prosecutors Award. You don't recognize... Okay. Yes, that is correct, unless you're, like, less than me. And it was you. You're the one who killed Jim. Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office's doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Well, wait, if Gumshoe had a key, then why did Edgeworth, like... So there's more than one key. There's more than one key. Because if Gumshoe is trying to imply that he had the key, and Edgeworth came straight to his office, then I guess Edgeworth could have picked up the key from Gumshoe already, but like, Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it's you then, you're Jim's killer. No way, pal, you got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct, if you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. Sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. Something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all. Thank you, I intend to. Just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there. Sir. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. So, two things. One, I guess this prosecutor knows that forensics investigator personally. Then why didn't you say his name? Whatever. But two, this feels like a misuse of the of department resources. Like, hey, can you stop investigating and come over here and take some pictures while I pose sadly next to my friend? Yeah, this isn't for an alibi or anything. Nope, not at all. You got that? You got that? Okay, cool, cool, cool. No, yeah, the door was unlocked, but like, the door was unlocked. I'm not denying that. But if they're implying that there's blah 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 blah. Right. Yeah. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office, implying that there is only the one key for every door. And if Gumshoe had it, then either Edgeworth did stop by and get his key from Gumshoe before coming to his office, or came to his office without his key and was just checking the lock, I guess. Just, it's 2 a.m. I just got back into town. I'm gonna make sure my office is locked. Yeah, but like, okay, so Morg, it's not just misuse of department resources in that the forensics officer is no longer doing his dusting, but also that he's now taking pictures with the department camera, which means that the department's going to be processing those along with the actual crime scene investigation photos, and then have to get them to Portsmouth, Probably give them some space. Ooh, now let's investigate. Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? I mean, it's not quite on the floor, but yeah. Must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing around. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? Honestly, that would be pretty on brand for Gumshoe if Gumshoe did accidentally break the teapot and was just hoping it didn't trace back to him. But I think it would be more on brand for Gumshoe to have gotten ahead of it. Like, yeah, he broke it, and he's kind of right now, but he's sweating bullets the entire time with the guilt. That tea set is haunting him like the beating heart under his floorboards. And he's gonna come clean. He's gonna come clean. In fact, if this all hadn't happened, he would have just come clean straight away. But now he's it's less that he's trying to sweep it on the rug and more that he's just trying to we can deal with this later. They dared to shoot the ultra special jet. Yeah. What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? Take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There's a safe behind this picture, obviously. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Also, the fact that there were 2 bullets fired, but 1 bullet... Yeah, jacket is pretty good. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. Yes, we know. Yep, I found it. I know what it is. Oh. Not sufficient proof for the contradiction I presented. That's how I do things. Alright, the gun.
Eureka!
Eureka! Well, damn. Alright. pressed with conviction. Yeah. Also, like just the massive, like, logical fuckery of we have a revolver as the gun. 2 shots have been fired, and it has 4 bullets left. Let's present the evidence like that. We have a revolver gun, 2 shots were fired, and 4 bullets are left in the gun. And you're just like, yeah, that makes sense. And then the game goes, wrong! There's only 5 shots in a revolver. And you go, wait a second. Because I'm thinking about it like that, and it's just kind of like, no, the standard 6. We were joking. Here, I really hope I can examine again. Bullet holes contradiction. Do you mean, sir? I wonder if I can just no. It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room, and there are 4 shots left in the gun. The first felled the victim. Yeah, this is my trusty 17 shooter, custom made. Second felled this frame. Hey, that's right. However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true. Like, it's also insane, because, like, the outside of the gun, the actual cylinder, looks like it's modeled off of, like, a real revolver. So it looks like it's got the 6 spots for bullets, but then on the inside, the inside and the outside are not reflected upon each other. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Does the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Oh, it's a secret safe. Secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Shoo. Talk about dusty. So that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store specially important evidence when a trial's in session. That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Secret safe. Secret safe. But it does look like someone cleared dust off of the keypad, though. Yeah. When I still have expected every suspicious nook and cranny. Yeah, see, actually, maybe it does only look like that. Yeah, see. Well, yeah, well, he might have used to store stuff like that there. Yeah, Edgeworth definitely hid evidence in his past. Let's not do that ever again, especially not while we're playing him. But yeah, see, five shot revolver. But no, actually, no, look at it. It does look like it is. The outside it does line up better than I thought I saw it line up the first time. But it's still just odd. Yeah. Yeah, the center bolt's still a hex, and that's the part that really stands out. But yeah, no, see, like five shot revolver. Yep, don't know what to say. Huh. Now, this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad, don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. Yeah. The entire 5-shot revolver makes me unreasonably mad also. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. Couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. Just looks like it was wiped down well. But we left Portsman with the body alone for a moment. That's not good. As I thought, it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Mr. Portsman, a word if I may? Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring them to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us. Now then, you want to talk to me about something? No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. Yeah, Edgeworth knows what it's like. You know, can't interrupt the boyfriends, even if one's dead. How's it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. This picture is too important to mess up. You're taking, but see, this is what I mean. I'll leave the man to his art. I mean, fair, it is art, but like, you know. Is there anything else to... We did, in fact, already. Is there an autoplay speed? It would defeat the purpose of them being hidden. Oof, your headphones are beeping? Yeah, that sucks. I would also probably end up taking a hammer to them if they were gonna keep beeping. Like hidden camera around? And what if there was? Ah! No, it's nothing. Forgot I said anything. Do you even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away? Throw them in a wall. Classic. Logic. Let's try this. Believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe. Make the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Oh, I was looking through your files, right? It's not just a sign of struggle, it's a sign of ransacking. Ah, they're your girlfriends. Yeah, don't damage them. There is a possibility that the files displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. We're gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even at a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament the dead, will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. Ah, yours are charged now. Good. Yay. You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there. Sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done. Appears that the murder was definitely committed here. Oh, look, bullet hole. The blood stain on the bookshelves are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. Was he killed in a standing? I mean, that's an awfully interesting angle then. But yeah. The guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. There's a few things wrong, like the bullet hole's a little low, and yeah. Also, like 4 sets of fingerprints, but you know, let's start with the bullet. This is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? The bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. And I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. Yay! No more beeping. Score. Victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. These must have been made when unable to stay standing. He dropped to the floor. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C... A, B, C, D, E... Are these filed correctly, Gumshoe? Yeah. Okay, I was right. This was way too low. Those are supposed to be all the way up there. And this is... Yeah. Put them all back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Are you well, it does look like the killer moved the body to flick through my shelf. I wonder, they found what they were... Oh. E... Okay, I see. 0 goes... Okay, so this is correct. This is correct, it's just weird. Alright, what am I supposed to be deducing from all this? I don't know. This spot small connected to any of the evidence I told? Yeah, it's connected to the revolver. Clearly where the contradiction lies. I don't really see what's so wrong with that spot. Huh, you don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you just admit when you're wrong. Ah! Okay, so... But it was through the abdomen, but like so low, like that's... This is obtuse. Present evidence, but I can't present profiles, so it's one of these 4 things. Probably not the prosecutor's badge. So, crime scene notes of the bullet when cleaning through the big tunnel when it was found around 2:05, and murder weapon and the secret safe. The safe's got nothing to do with this, right? So, okay, you know what? Maybe I was supposed to present the crime scene notes and not the revolver. Eureka! Okay. Bullet itself. I see bullet. Okay, yeah. I should have got to the. I don't know. Bullet is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Now that means. Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. Mistake that, position of the body, position of the hand, the order of the files, yes. So the zeros were originally up there, I think, right? Yeah, maybe, or something? I don't know. I think the order of the files is a bit off. I mean, I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh, yeah. You see here how the files that were shot began number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. So that's it. So the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Yeah, that looks about right. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? Finished processing the crime scenes, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. Yeah, let's move stuff at the crime scene. Let's play around with the dead body like a doll. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through the files one more time? Puzzling indeed. Files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Now, the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Oh look! It's the thing I noticed forever ago. This. Well, what is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait. There's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir. It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Stolen file data jotted down in my organizer. One of the files... Okay. Investigation complete. Yay. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us. Yeah. 0H is missing also, yeah. They just got some gun on their shoe and hated it. Yeah, fair. Can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do? What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? Might as well, because I don't know. Alright. Yep, listen. If I find a flaw in testimony. Alright, my organizer. Present the evidence. Cool. To present something, I simply press triangle. That's old news. It's not like there's going to be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct, and at this time, I need to press the witness with L1. Sometimes by pressing, I draw up new information and new or modified testimony. Yes, sir. Alright, very well. Dick Gumshoe stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be his final words that you will be brought to justice. I tend to argue that the victim's dying message pointed to his killer. I hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There is no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Sure. Rebuttal. Why didn't you just shoot him with his own gun? You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the evidence? Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith? Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jocks and Jim. No, doesn't it? Don't the two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? No. First of all, no, and second of all, that's. It's so arrogant. I'm gonna rename you because it's a better name that fits with mine. It doesn't even actually fit better. But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Oh, Jocks and Buddy just sounds off somehow. No, actually, I think. Oh, like Jock and Jim. I hate this game. I hate this game. Jock and Jim, yeah. That's, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. Oh, so this isn't even a, like... Are the other two dead? Can I ask that question? Where are the other two? Are they dead? Or did they get fed up with your bullshit? Talks about the victim like he was his pet. That too. But like, you know, I just... Really...
Hold it!
It's necessary to set up my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay then, maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your salary has been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle. I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but... Poor thing. What evil prosecutor you were paired up with, and what a motive, no?
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way? He had to mess up the bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway.
Hold it!
Then why is there one missing? Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how you missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. Can't say I disagree with him on that point. Why don't you say something, sir? No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters. I can prove it with evidence. And that's for better setup. For the game finishing spike. Alright, I mean, there's a missing file.
Objection!
Perhaps you aren't aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Yeah, I hate him. Huh, bring a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Oh, nothing. Files on that shelf were all about a certain case. And the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner. I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spine. It's possible they could have taken the file before committing the murder. No, because then I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it's written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half an H. Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case. I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Gasp! Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low, I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. Gonna get him, sir. You'll see. Gonna have them under arrest in no time. Well, Mr. Portsman. Brilliant, absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. Huh, but you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however... What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Hear me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Where, what? It's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? And where'd the lab coat come from? Why are you... Well, I was thinking, do you know there is one other person with the key to this office? There is. Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? Yeah, this guy is so punchable. Lady, the girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Please, she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Oh, hey, Maggie's back! She didn't quit the force, she just became a security guard instead. I mean, she did quit. Girl, you could have been doing so much more. It's Detective Gumshoe, sir. Maggie. Miss Bird is a security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building. What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you? I would never sneak into someone's room. That's right, I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right, I did it. Can we take that as a confession, Detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problem with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key? Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? It's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. Yeah, the door keys, like, they're just... I mean, this one's more door key-like, but, like, yeah, they're car keys. Don't know why. Athlete like there's anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. Seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. Yeah, morgue. Yeah, that is. It was low-hanging fruit, so I didn't go for it. But I mean, you know, I guess I should. Yeah. See, I got. Oh my god, it's just gonna keep doing that in the background. Stolen file. Again, though, why did she steal a file? Yeah. I know. I say things. I may respond to the bit, but I'm not. Clearly it's I'm plausible deniability. Only.
Hold it. Hold it.
Everyone's heard of Gumshoe. Practically a celebrity, not in a good way. Not in a good way, Gumshoe. You screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the course. Oh. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? No, of course not. That's hogwash. Phew, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there. Making all that more probable that she was the one who faked the...
Hold it!
Oh, thank you. Just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well. What are you waiting for? I don't know what I'm supposed to be. Yeah, alright. Yeah, pressing him. So let's press on those first. I did.
Hold it!
Sure, Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key. There's only one on staff. Okay, that's fair. Time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to. What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean unrelated? I mean, want to hear what she has to say, pal. Can't really trust her not to tell lies, plus I hate wasting time. Doesn't sound great. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Yes. The key was missing, clearly. That's fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that, Miss Bird, if you please. Discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman. Believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? Sigh. Can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. Not lying, sir.
Objection!
In this case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha, a likely story. Where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I mean, there's probably some video footage of the key. I don't know. But you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. Never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. And with me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Ooh. Fortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agreed, Mr. Edgeworth. But, still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Gumshoes never helps. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portman says, Detective. Can't ignore the fact that all of the evidence points towards a motive of theft, but I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Is it? He does make Edgeworth look dumb already, Jason.
Hold it!
Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence? Okay.
Hold it!
The safe that only prosecutors know of?
Objection!
Wish to continue insisting that Mr. Bird was Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That might be, but you must also be aware that the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Ah. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan, but she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Yeah, you and I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. Just biting the metal. Alright. Oh! Confirmed. The jock is a puppy dog, and the medal's not actually from high school, but a slightly disguised necklace chew toy. Yeah. Curses! Why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We are partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. Yeah, like your third conjoined twin. That's why I told him I filled him in on the secret safes. And that means... Yeah, I know, I had only just told him, too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Nice to know the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. Conjoined quadruplets. Get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. Could never do something like that. Yeah. Jim, Jock, Jim, and Jim. Can never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Ah. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Sportsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You have? This is like... Okay. Conflict of interest to hell. Portsman should not be assigned to this case. Hell, Edgeworth shouldn't be assigned to the case either. Honestly, a third prosecutor should walk in right now and just like smack him with his eyes, say, no, this is my case. Like, straight up. That's what that. Absolutely. But like, no, not in this world. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal. How many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Also, Maggie and Gumshoe aren't prosecutors, so like, you know, they don't run the case. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request for now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? To be continued. Dun dun. March 14th, 4:18 a.m. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor, hallway. What is with prosecutor? What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. You're gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. It's true. So then what now? We check Portsman's office. Duh. Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Eh? Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Cool. Whee! There's a basketball here. And a basketball hoop? No, this is definitely his office, ain't it? It's his prized possession. He also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. Again. Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? The only pulse he has. She's off duty now. It looked like in okay, so Maggie, well wait, but she's wearing a hat. I don't know. Not wearing, she's holding a hat. So, it did look like in one of those flashback, scenes, one of those still flashback scenes of her when, like, it looked like she was wearing a security uniform in one of those. So, I think she does have her, it's like 4 a.m. She's barely off duty. And the only reason she is because, I guess, it's now a crime scene. I don't know. Heard that wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? Yikes. This office, 1203. Hey Maggie, whose room is this again? It's Mr. Portsman, sir. So he's my neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved in while I was away overseas. Let me in. Oh look, it's Winston Payne. Looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. You must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. How gracious, I'll keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? Winston Payne. Is everything alright? Yes, sir. You must know I weighed myself this morning. I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations. I was talking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. Where advice stay focused or you might start to lose even more weight. Oh! There's something under here. I want rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. It's the file. It's the missing there's 0 series file, sir. No doubt about it. The bloody marks make it clear as day. Seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these 0 files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly, it's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. That means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It seems so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. Do I need to examine the chair? Well crafted, high quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know? You could sleep even out here, detective? In a hallway? Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. But it always ends the same way, me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime to envision myself winning naturally. Yeah. Cases are meant to almost go dead and then be discovered at the last minute to be re-prosecuted with a key piece of new information, obviously. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. Can't let this chance pass me by. Just remember to ask her about the master key. Should jog remember by showing. Yeah. Oh, I didn't examine. Okay. There's really no reason to... I mean... Why is this an investigation? Alright, sure. Wait, I was presenting that. So when you discovered that the master key was missing, by the time I realized I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between these two times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Okay, cool. Yeah, why is this stored so insecurely? Absolutely valid question. It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say, except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. Left out because I was sort of using it that time. It was after I'd used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key. Why did you use the master key? What do you mean by you used the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key, it was Mr. Portsman, sir. What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way, it's against regulation to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked... Yeah, see? A uniform. I don't know why and how she changed out of it, like... But, like, I know how, physically. And she must have had, you know, street clothes in her locker or something. Alright. We are back. There. I just noticed that after I'd already talked. Yeah, see? Flashback with her in uniform. She has a security guard uniform. She was wearing it. She changed out of it when, I guess, the police rolled in and she was like, guess that means I'm off the clock. I don't hear it. I see. And then what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight? Alright. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Sure. Thought we already examined it, but alright. Oh, that reminds me, Mr. Portsmouth actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir. Yeah. So why was Mr. Portsmouth so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd. That's insane, but okay, sure, Maggie. That's a rational explanation. Sure. Yep, that's gotta be it. Can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting time thinking about this? Door's locked tight. The old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. Those doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. Where's Mask Star to Mask? When do we need him, you know? That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you brought it from? A minimalistic, classy door made of top-quality wood. Kind of majestic, too. Fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's office. Even Mr. Portsmouth seems dignified just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne, I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Oh, that's a low blow for Winston Payne. Mr. Portsmouth's personal basketball hoop. Something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. You know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. Haven't gotten lost trying to get your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? Yeah, fair. Though I would like to say, Janet, you know, custodial work is very important, very dignified. It's more the low blow of just like, God, Edgeworth doesn't even know he's a prosecutor. Like, jeez. Winston. Like, also a little bit low blow to Edgeworth, let's be honest. I mean, like Edgeworth gonna be that, like, oblivious to everything? Was there something else to examine here, or is it just... Yeah. Yeah. You ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun. Just once I'd love to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. So was, like, Buddy ever even playing? Just, all Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir. Second thought, I don't think I have... I'd have fit in all that well with them. Sure. Miss Maggie, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective? Cucks. She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was... Yeah! You should quit your job and leave all of this police stuff behind. Don't think I didn't notice that you're wearing the police department's mascot as a shirt. Like, girl. ACAB. ACAB. Therefore, I was about to clock out for the night. Got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods. Failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. Failed at almost every test she's taken. Which explains why she's a police officer, because it's really not possible to fail those tests. Well, the way to fail those tests is by saying, I have empathy. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard. It's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know, and just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I end up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Is there anything else to present to you? I mean, maybe the file? Oh, that's a shot, random shot at Gumshoe. She recognizes the badge for the prosecutors. I mean, she is more qualified than Gumshoe. That badge, even I could be a professional prosecutor. The badge doesn't make you. No, okay, we're back to understanding how she, you know. Sir, may I please try that on just for a little bit? I don't think that would be a very good idea, do you? Guess not. Second thought, they're actually on the same level. Yeah. Oh wait, profiles. Can I present profiles now? No. Oh, duh. Logic. I should be combining some stuff. Rearrange my files twice before. I would like to say that it can't have gone missing at approximately 1 a.m. if it was used at 1:30 a.m. Oof. Sure. Yeah, low bar. Low bar for Gumshoe and Maggie. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. You said you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right, it was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And while I'm a security guard, sir, I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key and I made it look like I was locking up, sir. Aww. Cats. Cats are adorable. Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locked up, sir. So in actuality, you never did relock the door then? Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. Cool, we can just walk right in then, right? Can I just...
Eureka!
Eureka, can I just... Oh, door is locked, huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means... What, sir? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... He moved the basketball hoop. Why'd the master key have to go missing then if... New question, yeah. House keys model after a car key too, huh? But no, so he moved the basketball hoop to make everyone just think, oh, that's Edgeworth's office. But then why'd the master key have to go missing? Who took the master key then? Because clearly, oh, whatever. That's it. Just fair and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what do you find out? No need for such belligerent and nostril-flaring detective. Sir, I found only Mr. Portsman and Mr. Faith's prints on this doorknob. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Yeah, what if the world was made of pudding? Huh, I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose prints should also be on this doorknob?
Take that!
Maggie. Do you find out that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean, yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Fair. What have we here? Our estimates have inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Cool. So scrap paper. Yay! Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. Looks like a note from the victim. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence, but by just like we talked about on the phone. But it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman. Note left by victim. Data jotted down in my organizer. Oh! Oh, I see what else I'm supposed to be looking at. No. Technically, I already know this. It's the same as when I just examined it on the overworld. Someone should teach Mr. Portsman to clean up that. And the hoop. Huh? What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The position of the hoop is definitely unnatural. You better take note of this. Nope, still can't. Alright, oh, cool. Can I investigate my door? Yeah. You're right. It is it is able to fit inside a standard hallway. That's weird. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it wasn't just also about making sure, you know, hoping Maggie didn't pay attention, but also that the nameplate, that the number plates were swapped. Okay. See any signs of 4th century, and according to the guard, no sign. Picked either, sir. Door really was open with a key. I haven't asked if any prints were lifted from the doorknob. Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Why would they think? But they did a good job. Investigation complete. Yep. We gotta go and have a chat with the jock sportsman. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it. That's exactly what my logic sense were telling me to. I suspected it was him from the incident he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. You know, actually, Morg, maybe, maybe the fact that it is a hoop short enough to be used inside a hallway is actually plot relevant. Or maybe not plot relevant per se, but character relevant. Maybe this washed up, like, high school golden age boy, maybe he's not as good as he used to be. Or maybe he was never that good. And so he's got a hoop that's shorter so he can feel good about making the baskets. Fair. No signs of picking, which means either no one picked it or we're not dealing with an amateur. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letters, sir. Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there. Take care of this. Why does he play basketball with the evidence? Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime in the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? Oof. I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who would have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. There's always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know? Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Though that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. I want you full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask do you propose I unlocked your door and I got in here? I mean, technically you didn't unlock the door. Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Jeez. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something? I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on. With evidence.
Objection!
I'm just gonna go for it, you know? The master key note.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely, you are able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit. Too often for my taste, you know? But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. Check the number plate to make sure it was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Huh. And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it Mr. Portsman used? Yeah. Was the basketball.
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Ah! It's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's. There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see, so that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Extra rebuttal. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. So he intends to claim his innocence at the end, does he? It's pure innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty of the jacket she wears. Excuse you. Jacket's not dirty. I'll have you know I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here.
Objection!
That was a lie. What are you talking about? How is that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note. It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, "But you're out." You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you. That's nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way. It's proof positive that you and Miss Bird opened the door for you. Oh, yeah. The fact that there weren't prints on it.
Take that!
Had your door dusted for prints. My door? Huh. What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Prints? What do you have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. She really was the one who opened your door, and her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Further, all of the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your trade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me, and Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Honestly, I think Edgeworth would have said it the first way, actually, you know? Mr. Portman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had threatened me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun into my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. And just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me of, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery, just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints. Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped the knob down well. Eh? I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch the doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. When she locked it back up, air quotes. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. Saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Yeah, sure. Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. That's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. And you might have. Oh, but you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can prove that he didn't... I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Alright, airtight, you say? I only just realized I had one as we were talking. Average size note. Yeah. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. I like the squinty eye, like, you know, verses that keep popping up for his testimonies. Like, Smell, if memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will cooperate with my story. It's the perfect alibi. Really? I think that's the perfect... Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Yeah, very Gen 5 Pokemon boss battle. Honestly, that might be pretty contemporary from when this was made originally. Gen 5 would have been 2011, 2012. And then this was 2010, 2011, maybe? Actually, I don't know. Yeah, 2011? I don't know. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Hey, Penny, welcome back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m. We're working on it. We're working on it. Portsman's going down. We're working on it. He's going down one way or another. All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Portsman's alibi. Memory serves, he came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? I guess we're pressing, huh?
Hold it!
Yeah, correct, it was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. We were checking my watch then and making no mistake, it was 2. Oh, giving testimony like pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2.
Hold it!
It is as you say, however. Yes, however, you're the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now, I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? Beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. But exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs.
Hold it!
No. So I paid the criminal affairs department a visit. Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Hold it!
Well, you did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said they saw you at around that time. See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Possible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to Get off this crazy train. You there, sir. Please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle. Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. Only I had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? Intruder I met could not have been Portsman, then who could it have been? Another detective? You calmly think this through, one more time, and with logic. Badge is engraved with the number of its owner on the back. Numbers, as if we're not human on the inside like everyone else. I said to reflect the relentless and discipline of law enforcement. Less relentlessness and discipline comes from the authority vested in us as strict prosecutors of law and executors of sentences, much like harsh winter frosts and blazing summer days. It's where it is to identify oneself as prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. Okay. Yeah, I guess there was a second... He had an accomplice, right? There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. No, just executors of justice. They don't actually execute. I don't think. The one that robbed me of my jacket. It just went through the frame, okay? It's fine. The jacket is fine. However, the murder weapon only shows sign of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Yeah. I only have the 2 things, so... Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. Yeah, fair. We know that we know in this setting that prosecutors are just a department of the police, effectively. So, you know, ACAP. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If you suppose the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumption regarding this case. Great, so you've finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth? Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Can I turn up this? Is there a way to make that scroll faster? Text skip, off, vibration. Yeah, okay, fine. Wait time. Wait time. Sir, doesn't that cause some sort of... Yeah. Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean 2? Explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office. Now you're just leading the argument. Still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Grr. Now then, return to my scenario. Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. Which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then this would be why the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? Why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office. From us would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? Yeah. And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. Such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another? Visitor, sir? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen zero file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shelves getting messed up twice and the 2 bullets was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth, after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. The person you met really was just a plain old thief. And why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Thief should be the real alibi? Should be the real suspect? Yeah, right. Should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs, so I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. Well, originally you said, what if, So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course. Now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Hmm. Let's just start pressing. No, I wouldn't. Why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. I mean the 0 file, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were set up and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Ah. Or maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe? I mean... Well,
Hold it!
let's skip. I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. Ah, it's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything, after all. Let's just present the file.
Objection!
Yeah, since it was the details of the press, I kind of figured it wasn't, but I still felt like I had to try. Honestly, prosecutors in this universe might just be like Judge Dredd light, you know?
Hold it! Hold it!
And what are the evidence you brought? There were things related to yesterday's case, just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial it slipped through the cracks. So he did... Did he? Because I thought he said he didn't.
Objection!
Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intended to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully. Yeah, it said 3. I said Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces, yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe? You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Wow, okay. But don't come any closer. I'm warning you. It's all part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me. No. Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. VHS. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only, well, technically speaking, it could be a different kind of tape this time. Because there technically are yeah. But it looked VHS. But it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. The section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. KG8 incident. Oh, blood! Why are they always like something incident? Why is it always called an incident? It's sexy. It's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you've got it all wrong. No man now can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. Tell us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? No, very well, there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith. Impossible, Oh, he just ate that whole oh, he's dead. Oh, you can't just... I don't think Gold's that soft. He's dead. At prosecutor's office is room 1202. I think he's about to choke to death. So, cyanide metal. Oh, fair. Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies. Aw, it was nothing, really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean. Consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a hold-up or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune, just an unlucky person. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard there was a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. We never did get around asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near the topic, he just clammed up. Yeah, fair. We can... She's just got Charlie Brown look, let's be fair. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well. If Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, certainly lends credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? Then Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy? Oh no, I mean he is, but he's not the only one. Remember, there's a second shooter. I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance of this piece of evidence.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yes? I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It's the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Three-legged raven? Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about? Alright. Oh, my fate absolutely should be accused soon. Hey, Nettles. Almost done. So, let's see it. Yeah, it is the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu. Ugh. Another great thief? Okay. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end. A modern Robin Hood. Oh, really? Okay. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. Likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Thief is always Theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. Why is it in, like, Norse runes? Or, no, maybe that is kanji. Oh, that's really bad. It's the location where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu, organization, quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. What? Heimdall was over. The end. All right. Yep. Yay. I think she's back. Von Karma is back. Don't know that. Gumshoe? Don't know. Okay, so 5 episodes, yeah. Alright, Franziska Von Karma. Oh. New stuff in the gallery, cool. Alright. That's enough for today. We did 1 episode, and next week we will probably do, hopefully, half of an episode, knowing how long these cases are. It'll probably be like half an episode. Yeah. Or half a, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll get to it. But yeah, sorry that I started a little late. But hey, we made it through. We made it through the case. I hope everyone had a good time. I had fun, and it was great. So we did great. Good start to the current leg of our journey through the Ace Attorneys. I just hope they all go smoothly. 'Cause yeah, ugh. But yeah, y'all, it's been nice.